Hey everyone, I'm making cottage pie, also known as humble pie. It's up to you which one you call it. So I boiled a couple of potatoes, 4 or 5 at most. It's just regular sized potatoes. Add some salt to taste, and then also add some water. I used hot water. You can use cold water. I use hot water to speed up the process simply because I was rushing against load shedding. And then you get your ground beef, which is also called mince. I use the beef one. You can use mutton if you don't eat beef. And then in there, I'm going to just add some chopped onions. I chopped up a bit of onions and I put them in there. Instead of frying the whole thing because I was rushing against load shedding, I decided to give this recipe a try where you don't fry because, again, load shedding. Right, so I throw in all my ingredients in there. This is my garlic salt, yes, to taste. So I throw in quite a bit in there. I love the taste of garlic salt. And then black pepper, a handsome amount of black pepper, definitely. And then in goes aromat. If you know, you know. Get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. Right, the aromat is in. Oyster sauce in there. You can use soy sauce. What you add in there basically depends on what you would add if you were frying mince. That's what it is. That's what it is. Paprika, obviously. Obviously. I mean, why not? Okay, so those are my seasonings. And then those are breadcrumbs. Those are breadcrumbs. I just literally took a slice of bread. You can use breadcrumbs. I didn't have breadcrumbs. So I just took a slice of bread and ripped it apart and then, yeah, added in some water and put it in there. There goes an egg. Just one egg was enough to make this meatloaf. And that was it. That's all you need. That's all you need. And then, oh, don't forget the garlic. I swear that's it. I swear that's all you need. Grab your spoon and mix the ingredients together. It's very important to make sure that it does all come together because that's what brings in the flavor. You can add things like garlic, different spices depending on your preference. I was making it the quickest way that I could, but the mince has to come together, like fully together, and put it in the fridge while you do your potatoes. So the potatoes are out, they are soft boiled. It took about 15 to 20 minutes to boil them. I didn't make them too large, as you can see, so it was quicker for them to boil. That was the trick because remember, load shedding is coming. So the seasonings, again, aromatic, black pepper. And also don't forget you can use your garlic salt. I really enjoy garlic salt. So there we go. I took a masher. Big mistake. I really had hoped it was going to work the way I wanted, but I feel like you can use it in the beginning just to mash down your potatoes, and then to get the right texture I would recommend going with a wooden spoon. As you'll see, I went through 3 different utensils. I only cook in this household. I don't wash dishes. So obviously, the person washing the dishes did not have any love for me at this point. But they like the food. Some butter. Depending on how you make your mash as well, I love to add some butter to my mash. I feel like it adds a nice flavor, and that flavor of butter, it makes it soft, it makes the flavor pop. So definitely adding some butter and milk. Milk softens the potatoes as well. But if you have like fresh cream or you have cream cheese, please by all means use that. However you would make your mash is basically what you do here. So let me just stop talking and allow you to watch, and we'll carry on. Okay, I needed a whisker because now the potatoes were mashed, but I needed the texture to be very soft. So I believed a whisker came in handy. It is a bit of a messy job because I'm rushing against time. This meal took me about 45 minutes, 35 to 45 minutes at most. Yeah. And I'm bringing all that in together to make sure the texture of potatoes is just right. Drop in some cheese. I had some Gouda cheese, so I used that. I didn't have any cheddar or mozzarella, so I used what I had in the house. But cream cheese, again, as I said before, you can use cream cheese. It'll definitely make it taste better. And mozzarella, I highly recommend those two. Alright, then I used a wooden spoon to get everything together and make sure that the butter and everything, all the contents are mixed in together. Cook and spray into this casserole dish to make sure the food does not stick. Right, and then in goes your mixture, your mince mixture or your ground beef. And you layer it out. I'm making sure that it covers all the corners. Okay. Right, once all the corners are covered, you're going to bring in your mash. Okay. And I just still can't believe that I saved so much time instead of frying the mince. I saved a lot of time, so that's beautiful. That in all corners as well. Cover the mince, cover the ground beef. I don't know the size of this casserole dish, to be quite honest with you. I've had it for years. It's not too big and it's not too small. It's just a medium size dish. And because it was just my mom and I, the food was enough for us to have for dinner, as well as to save some for another time when we really didn't feel like cooking and we could warm it up, heat and eat. So and then I use this cake spatula. This is the cake spatula that you use for icing. I think it's the icing spatula. I'm not really sure the correct name for it, but it's that one that you use for icing cake. I use that one to make sure that this was smooth. And I was working at a really fast pace because, again, I was rushing to beat load shedding to get my stuff in the oven. Preheat your oven. I think when you start with the ground beef, you should preheat your oven to 150 degrees. pastries, and this depends on your oven, honestly. But I cooked this because the main objective is to get the mince cooked. So I put it in the oven. The whole meal altogether took me about 35 to 40 minutes, 45 at most. Alright, then on top again, I threw in some cheese. This is because my family really loves cheese. My mom loves cheese. You don't have to if you don't have enough, but I had enough to throw on top, and it makes it lovely. And then I'm going to put that into the oven. And I turn up the heat. A couple of minutes later, out the oven, you can see that I'm using this load shedding lamp that we have, but the dish is out and it looks very delicious. The house smells so nice because all the flavors from the garlic and the paprika, and it's all smelling in the house. It smells very lovely. And let's just cut a piece, and I can show you. My battery was dying at this point because I've been recording with it, and the lights were out, so I just cut a piece to show you the outcome. This meal is very quick and it's efficient and somewhat healthy. Not to keep your waist down, but you won't go to bed hungry. And as you can see, there we go, got that piece out. The mince was thoroughly cooked. I was very happy with that, and it tasted so nice and so much better than the original cottage pie or humble pie, whatever you choose to call it. So I dished some for my mom, and you can go ahead and serve that with a green salad. Enjoy!